Hey everyone, so I posted that interview on Epstein, and I'm following what's happening because I first saw that thing on 60 Minutes Australia when that young girl testified to her story of what happened. And I just want to say, like, for those of us who grew up innocent or who grew up with, like, my grandfather was a civic policeman, it's very weird what these people do. And I go back to this thing of, in this culture, this North American culture, there's no norms. It's very pluralistic, and in my opinion, they are very weird. So you'll often hear the men saying, nothing's going to happen that she doesn't want to happen. And that is an indicator to run. Don't just walk, run. Run. Don't even interact with those kinds of men again. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They put you into a very uncomfortable situation. And it's like oh, well, we know you now, we're friends, and you've traveled with me and all this. And then you'll hear them start talking to their colleagues or their managers or whoever. Run. Don't even go. I mean, I feel sorry for the women that got caught in that, because, I mean, I can imagine it's like, oh, do you want to come meet a prince, or, you want to come meet somebody famous? It's weird, right? So I think that it's very sad what's happened to these women. And it's probably happening to men as well, to guys. They had that big one of the fashion giants got exposed with the men. They were recruiting, they posted adverts saying they were recruiting for male models, and when they got there, it was a trafficking ring. So we have to be very careful in this culture, and I guess stay close to our families, our friends, and if we know our pastors, if we've known them a long time, stay close to them, because it's very weird. It's very strange. Even what came out about Harrods and all that, it happens here as well. It happens because they don't respect our cultures. Like, if you work in Zimbabwe, the managers are not going to come up to you and keep touching you or stand up behind you and breathe on you. It's like, even if they want to use the computer or the desk or show you something, they'll say, can I show you something? And then you'll get up from their chair and you'll move, and then they'll sit there and then they'll show you. So it's very sad to see. And that's how a lot of the guys are, the executive. They make you feel very comfortable. They talk to you. And what that actress was saying is true. It's true what she was saying. So it's just very sad that it's all the truth. It's like professors and teachers and, like people that you really respect and you don't expect that to happen with. It's sad. That's what I can say. Because that's why it's like the onus is not on them, the onus is on you. And then if you say no, you get stigmatized on top of that. Because then they turn around and tell you it's you that's saying it. They're saying it's you. So it's very sad. That's what I can tell you. Because I've gone through it here in Canada. I've experienced it. I've experienced this thing where you're traveling with you're going to meetings and all that. And then you hear them. We hear these guys. Nothing's going to happen that she's not comfortable with. And then it's like, I'm not your friend, I'm not your buddy. And it's like, oh, my children are investing in you. It's like, no thanks, no. It happens here. It's happened to me. And even this thing about, oh, they were just hoping to be your friend. Oh, no, thank you. That's what I say, because that's how they do it. Credit Suisse has one of the worst reputations. The worst. And then it was also starting in the banking when I was working there at TD. They used to talk to me about it, all these executives. And they used to tell me, oh, you must make sure you leave at 5 o'clock. Don't stay here. There's a big problem in the bank. I was like, What problem? They're like, oh no, these traders are bringing prostitutes onto the floor. I'm like, oh my God. So it's like in this culture. And then I showed you all those text messages that people sent me. It's like a very weird culture. Like there's no norms. There's no like saying that you have to tell them, no, I'm not converting to Islam. No, I'm not a prostitute. I'm not going to come and clean your place and have sex with you. It's like, oh my God, And sometimes you find out they're big shots. They like executives that work in banking, or they professors, or they teachers, or something. It's like, oh my God, oh no. And you see what they're doing. You watch all these files that are coming around. They take their children. They groom their children. That's what I'm saying. Our cultures are not like, if you grew up in a good home and you grew up where this kind of thing is not tolerated, it's like, what's wrong with these people? I told you, they take their children. They groom their own children. That's why these places like the Global Fund and all that, when I was saying that it's not acceptable, because in the African culture, it's not acceptable. You don't do that. Somebody is coming to clean your house, and then you saying, oh, now you have to have sex with me. That's like slavery. And those women are saying, oh, no, it's okay. What are they going to say? No, it's not okay. And when they're in like crappy jobs, crappy wages, the same thing happens here in Canada. I mean, it happened to me. It's happened to Filipino women. Marco Mendocino knows. And then if you report it to the police, they'll say, oh, but you are saying that. There's no evidence. You are saying it. They're not confirming anything, so it's on you. So you're the delusional one. This Epstein thing, I don't know how they even caught him. I think it was that girl, that blonde girl, the young one, I don't know her name. I think she was the one that went and reported it. And then from there, all the other girls started reporting it. But that's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's our institutions that we trust, our financial institutions. And, like he talked about, he was in the Rockefeller Foundation and all these big, big organizations. I mean, I don't know. And then good people like me, people who do our jobs and we do a good job and all that, we're the ones who can't get the jobs. I'm telling you, it's a sick, very sick society. Very sick. I'm telling you, I'm glad it's all coming out, all the Epstein files and all of that. And Australia broke the story because it was on 60 Minutes Australia. They broke it. Just like how they broke the news that when they took all those shoes and they put them out saying that all these thousands of children were killed in Canada by the sisters and the nuns and the priests and all that. They broke it to say it was fake news. And it was done to boost the politicians so they could get votes. They broke it. They told the truth. So yeah, it's just, if you come here as an immigrant and you've come here from Zimbabwe, where everything's prim and proper and you have to have manners and you posh and all this, just know what to expect. Zimbabwe is not like Nigeria. Don't touch the women in Zimbabwe. They'll be all hell to pay, especially if you come from a respectable family and you come from a good family and like people know your families. We're not groomed like that. You're not groomed to go and please the men or become prostitutes or have sex. It's not like that. So I'm just telling, I know there's a lot of immigrants watching my videos and there's people in different parts of Africa. That's how it is here. They do it to their own children. That's what that one video showed, that Prince Andrew, he started in their own family. They do it to their own. So then why would they see any problem? Why would the Global Fund see any problem with saying that, oh, having sex and calling it work is acceptable? Why would they? It's not sacred to them. The human body is not sacred to them. What do they care? I told you. And if women like us don't speak up and say that, no, it's not okay, They'll just carry on doing it, and they make it laws. When you come here, you think, oh no, these things only happen in other parts of the world. It's here. All the polygamies where they take women, they keep them in camps. The white women, they have polygamy camps. If you go on the Global Citizen site, all the women are talking about it, about what they did to them in America, and how it started in their own families. They took them and gave them to them. And some of these religions are like that. They had like polygamy. So, yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad when you come here and you're exposed to it, including on the phones and at teleperformance. At least when I worked in banking, I didn't have to be exposed to all that. And if they did bring up things that I found repulsive, I told them. Well, I don't like that. Because if you don't tell them, they tell, well, you didn't say anything, so we thought you were comfortable with it. It's very sad. That's what I can say. I'm glad I never experienced those kinds of things in my 20s and in my 30s, even at Wits. I never experienced anything like that. Everybody was so good to me. Everybody treated me with respect, and we were formal with each other, even the professors and all that. So it's not like South Africa and Zimbabwe are not like Nigeria. We don't tolerate Boko Haram and all these things. They could shut that down very easily. Very, very easily. They could shut down Boko Haram. Now President Trump is going in there. You think the African leaders don't have the power and the know-how to shut it down? They do. There's even news reports from France saying that this Epstein thing was funded by the Russians. It was a honeypot for Russians. So it's very weird. That's what I can tell you. It's very, very weird. And now, only like now, recently, all the American women started standing up saying we don't want men competing in women's sports. But for all these decades, they let it go on. No one said anything. It's been going on for decades. It didn't start like now, recently. It's only now they started speaking out about it, saying that we don't want men competing in women's sports. And women are women and men are men. It's only now. And it's only because of some of the big players like Martina Navratilova and people like them that it actually got any traction. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't get any traction. Nothing. It wouldn't. So yeah, I mean, that's why I'm doing my John Maxwell. It's to help other women that have come here to understand how you have to integrate, what you have to do. And I mean, now, okay, you've got cell phones, so you can record things. But by the time you get your phone and you start recording that conversation or whatever, it's probably over. So, and then footage disappears, just like they're saying that, oh, that Epstein footage disappeared, then nobody can confirm that he actually committed suicide. Footage disappears in workplaces too, and files disappear in workplaces too. So, it happens. It's not disappearing, it's them not wanting to tell the truth, not wanting to confirm things. It happens. So, it's sad. I'm telling you, for those of us who come here from knowing what our country was, what Zimbabwe was, and the standards, the excellence, it's sad for us to come here, and especially for me, as a spiritual director, to get awful text messages like that about convert to Islam and harem parties in my home, and they're going to send me condoms and all that. It's absolutely disgusting to me. It's disgusting. That's why I sent it to the police, and I sent it to HRPA and all these places. Because, first of all, why are you leaving? If you value that Islam and all that so much, why are you leaving all those places and coming here to a country you know is based on Judeo-Christian laws, and coming to live here, and then you going around slitting people's throats on buses in Vancouver and sending rude messages like that to people like me who are Christian and in a nice condominium. I mean, this is not a dump. This is a respectable condominium. Why would you do that? And then on top of it, people want to turn around and tell me that I'm the delusional one? I don't think so. And my family doctors didn't think so and don't think so. And even my new family doctor, he's supporting me. He said to me, once you get your job and everything, you'll be fine. And I agree with him. And now people can't say you can't hold a job, you're not capable, because I stayed at Teleperformance for 8 years. With the banks, I didn't have a choice. They only hired me 3 to 6 months. And it was their loss. It's the stupidity of what they do. Because when I'm there, they're all crying because they can't renew my contract. And instead of waiting and when the next opportunity comes up bringing me in, they just leave it. And then they want to call all the places I work at, finding out where I am, what I'm doing. And then you hear on the other side, oh, Eddie, she's sweet. I mean, it's the stupidity of what they do. Really and truly it is. And if you think I never told Jason Peel and Rajiv Chib and all of the people I worked with what I thought, I told them. I never held back from them. I told them. If I didn't like something, I told them. Because it's my life also at the end of the day. It's not just their lives and their families. It's also my life. And it's very, very hard. If you knew the standard that we had in Zimbabwe, it's very, very hard to have left all that and to come here and to be treated like this, like a slave, and paid slave wages. And then as soon as you get back into a management role and you start earning over 35,000, then they let you go. It's all coordinated. It's all coordinated, who they bring in, who gets the top jobs, who gets promoted. It's all coordinated. And then they'll say, oh no, but this person is sensitive and she's also sensitive. So what? So what? You should base it on my job and what I'm doing for you, and if I'm meeting the targets and if I'm delivering the results, and I do. So how come I can't get a job? How come? And it's not like I don't know how to do resumes. My resumes are perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with my resumes. People change careers all the time. They start out in one field, they go to another field. You have transferable skills. You have things you can do. It's rubbish. I'm telling you, it's rubbish. And especially if I'm applying globally. I'm not just applying in Canada. It's rubbish. That's what I say. And in the end, all these people that go into this Bilderberg group and all that, and people like Jeffrey Epstein, they always land up losing everything. Because it's the greed. That's why. Just like Colonel Tom Parker, it's the greed. Meanwhile, some of us can't even make ends meet. We can't even pay our rent. And when you need that help, when you need that compassion, when you need that little bit of help to say, okay, you know what, I know that the unemployment is high. I know that this person has been a good tenant for 8 years. There's no compassion. You get told, well, you know what, I've also got my own bills to pay. So that's how I get treated here. At least some people, they'll say, you know what, I've been through this, but I've had a friend that said you can come sleep on my couch. Nobody even offered me that. And if people do offer it to me, it's like, oh, so you're going to go and sponge off them. I deserve more than that. I deserve to have that compassion returned to me. I haven't only helped family and friends and the church. I've helped billions of people. I've helped many, many non-profits and religious organizations. I deserve more compassion. And I deserve to have a good paid job. It's really something. I'm telling you, it's really something. And I'm glad they caught him. But you know what? For us women, we also have to be careful. Because, I mean, if somebody said to me, oh, do you want to go and meet a prince? I'd have probably also said, yeah, I want to go meet a prince. Which prince is it? Oh, no, I won't go. You say you want to come and meet a prince. I'll say, oh, no, thank you. I'll just watch on the TV. I'm not coming to meet your prince. Keep him. keep him and keep your big bankers. Like even Barrett Masrani and all the millions he made, it's a laughing stock, all of them. So what if they earn billions when they don't care about what's happening to the ordinary people like me that worked for them and supported them? Ed Clark, Barrett Masrani, all these big shots. You can't even have a little bit of compassion for somebody who supported your team and helped open doors for them and helped to get them back into TD or RBC or BMO? Oh no. You guys, the smartest guys in the room, are the laughing stock of the world. And that includes what this guy did, Epstein. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I stood up to that global fund because you know what? When we had that launch for that one campaign here, those women were crying that came. I took that one photo with those two black ladies and they said, oh, Belinda, it's really bad. It's getting worse. How they rape the women and all that. So it's a hypocrisy. If you expect me to turn around and say, yeah, I accept those text messages and I accept like men just having sex with me and just debasing me and saying, oh, it's the name of work. You must be kidding. And then you come to a country like Canada and you go around slitting people's throats on buses. Why don't you go back to your Muslim countries? Why don't you? Instead of sending me text messages like that. It's disgusting.